Chandan, Harshit?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Great. Nilesh, sir, are you there?
Can you see me? Is
Yes,
it
sir.
okay?
Perfectly,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
So, sir, just to quickly, Nilesh, sir, give you an insight, we've got like almost 80 participants in, and I'm sure a lot of them would be still joining in. So, sir, can we start?
Absolutely. Over
Okay.
to you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I think welcome to this final frontier that we are here today and tomorrow, the 2-day online webinar that we have specially curated for all of you, the May 2025 Chartered Accountants. And of course, we've got few which have qualified earlier but are looking some amazing knowledge. And today, without taking much time, we've got, I think, we couldn't get anyone, sir, better. Their CA Nilesh Vikamsey Sir, the past president of ICAI, to inaugurate this session. Sir, first of all, thank you so much for accepting this invitation, taking out time on this Saturday morning and joining in, sir. Thank you very much.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Yeah.
To talk about Sir, of course, Sir has been the past president of ICI, and we have seen some amazing initiatives at ICI level. I think the number of times, every time I hear Nilesh Sir, every time, Sir, I've got that one or the other point, that I take back home. And Sir has also been a partner with KKC Associates LLP. I'm sure there might be some of your who have been your students as well. So without taking much time, I'll request Nilesh Sir to kindly share his insights, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Rudesh, and thanks, Mado. Rudesh, you're doing a fantastic job as far as, sort of mentoring the youngsters are concerned, and keep on doing that. And friends, you all will agree with me. We don't have a better orator and a better speaker than Rudesh amongst us. So I take that, his compliments with a pinch of salt for myself. Be that as it may. Very happy to meet Chandan as well as Harshit and the whole young, I would say handsome and beautiful chartered accountants who have just freshly been minted out of the institute. So very happy to be with them. Always happy to get the good energy, the young energy with us. Having said that, first of all, my heartiest congratulations to all the participants, who are participating here for qualifying. I think one of the toughest examinations which is on earth, if I can say. I don't think any exam is more tougher than the CA exam. This articleship, 2 years, intermediate, final, foundation, what it is. I think till now, most of you would have been, sort of thinking, कि अरे CA कर लेंगे तो जान छूट जाएगी, मतलब हो जाएगा तो, at least be done with CA. You are not envisaged that after becoming CA also you'll be facing this. अब मैं क्या करूँ, इधर जाऊँ या उधर जाऊँ? That's the way it is. That's life, I would say. You cross one milestone and you need to decide which next milestone you want to go into. So we'll discuss, what are the opportunities which are in front of you, and humongous opportunities. But before that, some couple of things. My earnest, folded, request to all the participants, all the youngsters, 84, 85. Please be very mindful of what you're doing. In the sense, our degree is very, very valuable, very respectful. And before whether you're forced to do anything unethical, whether in a job or in your own practice, think 100 times, 1,000 times. It's not only about you. Number one, it's about you and your family, and it's about the larger profession. Unfortunately, a profession is such where one person doing wrong is impacting the whole profession. CA ne ye kiya. They don't say Nilesh Vikamsey ne ye kiya, Rudesh ne kiya. They say, ye CA ne kiya. They're not worried about us as individuals. They're worried about us as CA. So that's a challenge. And as the Honorable Prime Minister said on 1st July 2017, when I was president, our signature is the second most important signature in the country. After the President of India, whose signature, his writ lies across the country, it is the CA's signature which is, most powerful across the country. You sign something in Bombay, acceptable in Delhi, Calcutta, Kanyakumari. Sign something in Raipur, it is acceptable everywhere. So that's the value of our signature. Don't do anything wrong with that signature, which will, impact all of us. Coming to the, I would say, choices which you have, so always there'll be a challenge. So there are two things. One is money and one is job satisfaction. So money is important. I'm not saying money is not important. But just for the sake of money, don't get into a job which you don't like, is my request. Money will take out. I think by and large, most of us come from families which are reasonably, okay for us to sort of, somebody's from a very, very humble background, no challenge. You do some job for money, I don't have an issue in the sense, even if it is not to your liking, you may take up because you don't have a choice. But people who have choices, who are not, dependent so much, who's good families, good family background, I would say do what you like. थोड़ा बहुत पैसा कम ज़्यादा होगा over a period of time that will take care of it. Sir, एक सिर्फ example देता हूँ. During my time around 10 when I joined the council, we had a lot of software companies coming to us, for jobs, and they used to give, say, assuming a CA office used to give that those times in 2010 3 lakh rupees per annum. Software companies they used to give 5 lakhs or 6 lakh rupees per annum those times. Now it has gone up. But after that, the rate of progression was very less. It was 5-10%, just with inflation as far as the software companies. Whereas in a CA office, depending on the responsibility depending on the growth of the firm, you would multiply that. In this sense, not only multiply, it was geometric progression. So getting 3 lakhs, it would not be surprising after 1 year, 2 you'd get 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs that way. So be very careful as far as, so if you have got a choice, go after your job satisfaction, do what you love, do what you like. Next is, friends, just a couple of piece of experience you have got. Always there's a comparison between CA versus MBA. CA is like this, MBAs are better, CAs are better. And I'll just give you a couple of things. When I was the Board of Studies chairman, vice chairman, and council member, we had reached out to the industry, and I'll tell you a few traits which the MBAs are better than us, and which I think we all should imbibe as chartered accountants. I was told of four things. One is we are not team players. Many of us do articles in smaller firms. We do individual work, sitting on a desk, income tax, GST, whatever. Some people who are in audit may have done teamwork, working for large entities, maybe 4-5 jan, 10 jan at a team. There will be teamwork there, but by and large, it is individual work. Whereas MBA is teamwork. Second feedback we got is, so you need to learn teamwork. Don't be sole rangers, work in a team. Second feedback was the CAs are much more knowledgeable, but are not able to get the things done. Whereas an MBA will be less knowledgeable. He'll not have ego. Suppose he has got a CA in his office, he'll go and ask him what kind of, he got an engineer in office, he'll get the things done. So we should be problem solvers. We should not see, unfortunately, we are problem finders. As chartered accountants, auditors, as tax, advisors, we find problems. Ye sahi nahi hai, wo sahi nahi hai. So apart from finding problems, be solution oriented. I would say, a problem hai, these are the 3-4 solutions which are there. So your senior, with his experience, out of the 2-3-4 options which you have, you may go for X, Y, Z. That only experience will differ. But वो मेहनत solution निकालने का, just don't, sir मैं अटक गया यहाँ पे, ऐसे मत जाना. Even if you're stuck, sir, madam, whatever, go with a probable solution. So that solution orientation will be very helpful. That is the another feature of an MBA is a problem solver. We need to become problem solvers. Teamwork. Third is we don't have adequate leadership skills. So I think I would recommend that you sort of pick up any leadership course. Though we have got this, earlier we called it GMCS, now AICTSS and all those things. But that is 15 days, so that is not good enough. Whereas in an MBA course, they do that on an ongoing basis, this leadership training and all. And last but not the least is communication and presentation. That also we do have in these courses. But the challenge is in an MBA course, what happens every week, they have to make presentation in a team, 3-4 people working together, make a presentation, 1 or 2 presentations. So their presentation skills are honed up. So I would very strongly, suggest A, teamwork, 2, problem, solution oriented, not problem oriented. Third is communication and, presentation. And I missed out on the fourth, so these 4 things, you need to sort of work upon. Our leadership skills, the fourth was leadership. Yeah. So you need to work upon all these 4 things and see to it that you do it very effectively. So you may have some skills which are inadequate. See, we want to reach the moon. We want to be the CFO of the company. We want to be an entrepreneur. We want to be a partner in a large firm. But all these, soft skills are very critical to build, which I think Rudesh has been doing excellently well in his session. So compliments to you, Rudesh. Next is, friends, today is the age of technology, and the way I'm seeing AI shaping up, I think you have got an opportunity. The youngsters who are here, almost the 100 people who are attending this, people like me, as far as adopting AI, we do that, but it will be, will be slower, will not be as fast. We'll be bogged down with our existing routine work, which is humongous. You have currently the time and the advantage. So whatever, how we can harness technology, whether it is AI, whether it is blockchain, whether it is one other area is cybersecurity, which is also very critical. I'll speak a little bit more about that. So focus on AI, focus on data analytics in technology. How do we harness for these roles we are doing, whether it's an accountant, auditor, tax advisor, indirect tax, finance, whichever role, how do we harness this? I think if you do that, you will have a first mover advantage, and I think nobody will be able to beat you. So, harnessing AI, harnessing technology in whatever you're doing will be, very, very, I would say, important. Coming to the opportunities, friends, today, as all of us know, India is the land of opportunities. In the whole world, where the growth is hardly 1 or 2% GDP growth, India is growing at 6.5, 7% growth. We hope we do well. Though, despite the geopolitical challenges we have, whether it is the tariffs which US has levied right now, or whether it's the Ukraine-US war, Israel, Iran, or India, Pak, or Thailand, Cambodia, or whatever it may be, I think very clear. See, India's time has come. There may be a little bit up and down, but the trajectory will be upward. It will not be clean upward. We'll go up a little bit down, then again go up. So that's the way the life works. And I think India is the land of opportunities. So huge opportunity. We'll discuss a little bit more about that. At the same time, world is also a huge opportunity for the accountants. And I can just share with you, friends, there's a deficit of 3 lakh accountants in US. There's a deficit. When I was the president, there was a deficit of almost 8 to 10,000 professional accountants in Canada and about 6,000 professional accountants in Australia. Now I think it would have been intensified more. It would have become more now. So only challenges with US now, we have visa restrictions, we have other restrictions with the current administration, which of course it's again momentary, maybe 3, 4 years, things will change. What will not change is the demand will not change. Some solution will have to be found. If they need accountants, they'll need accountants. They'll have to liberalize in some manner. I'll continue.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it's
Yes,
progress. Yeah.
sir.
Thank you. So coming to this one pharma company, we decided to go public. Today there are almost 4 chartered accountants there. Similarly, we got another company which is making steel structure for the solar panels. They decided to go public. Number of chartered accountants employed, 3, 4 chartered accountants, and you're seeing a spate of IPOs, coming in. Some SME, main board, this, that, and I think this trend is going to increase only because huge supply of money available for this IPO. So that will be there. Coming to industry, I think what are the industries which are doing well? We have the defense, which is booming, automobiles, electronics. You have seen Apple. We have become the third largest supplier of Apple phones across the world, after China and Vietnam. And that will increase once Apple has been successful. Other companies in the government also will focus. How do we have other large companies, coming into the fray from MNCs, I would say. Engineering, metals, and if you felt this was all there, even railways, the way railways are expanding, all the institute of railways, whether it is Vande Bharat, there's all these new trains coming up, tracks being laid, airports, almost 200 airports are going to come across the country, and all the related paraphernalia, the airport management companies, so that will be another sector. Roads, I think the way roads are being built, so all the companies connected to the roads, and who are making the roads, etc. Ports, real estate, you've seen so many real estate companies, going public recently. Kalpataru went, prior to that, some other companies went. So real estate is booming right now. Then textile, yeah, currently with the UK agreement, we'll do better in textile. But US also, there'll be some dampener with this 25%. But overall, long term, I think with Bangladesh being in problem, Indian textile industry should do well. There's food processing, tourism, media entertainment, BFSI, capital markets, education, healthcare, that is hospitals, all getting corporatized, FMCG. So these are all the, I would say the traditional sectors are doing well. In the new sectors, all sectors related to AI, then space related, with all the space, this thing which is going on, geospatial, semiconductor industry is going to boom, and the paraphernalia around that, the genomics and pharma, renewable energy, for example, solar, has so many companies coming up. And just to give you a little bit of statistics, friends, today hardly 38%, when I say it's the opportunity is not only in the industry for a job, even in practice. And I'll just a little bit give you this thing in the practice side. In 2003, 68% of the chartered accountants with practice, they're numbering 110,000. And currently, as we speak, in 2025, only 38% of our members are in practice, and roughly, I would say, sort of roughly about 1,60,000-65,000. So it's hardly grown in 22 years. And the way the industry and the economy is growing, I think it is a huge opportunity. Many youngsters are not willing to go for practice because of the challenges which they're anticipating. But I believe there is a stupendous opportunity. What are the opportunities available? I would just quickly reel out on the functional. We saw the industries and function wise. Accounting, for example, Ind AS, IFRS. Not only in India, friends, IFRS accounting or Ind AS, if you're knowledgeable, Middle East is a very big sector which is coming up whether it's UAE, where for the tax, corporate tax, Ind AS or IFRS accounts is mandatory, and Ind AS is almost like IFRS. Oman also, IFRS has been there for a number of years. So that is one. Friends, internal audit, people feel it is mundane, but there's huge opportunities in internal audit. As I'm saying, so if you're interested in business and internal audit, I think a huge this thing. Then FP&A, the accounting side on the industry, GST, and in GST also litigation, I think is coming up now. The initial, I think, notice is 2017-18. The first year have come up first and second year. So huge, opportunity GST side. One is the compliance, which you've already been doing, but I think litigation is an emerging opportunity. Appeals, this, that, etc. Responding to show cause notices, apart from the compliance work. International tax, M&A advisory. With so many IPOs coming up, so many things happening in this, M&A activity will pick up. Startups, you're already aware, many startups, coming up and they need a lot of services. Of course, the challenge there is they're not able to pay you more. So if you can have some understanding, assuming you're providing accounting service and all, and have a share, maybe out of 10, 9 may fail, but one, if it does well, maybe taking care of your 9, you may not be able to recover fees in the 9 of them. So look at startup with a very different, I would say, viewpoint, not as a normal this thing, where you may lose money also, the efforts which you have paid, but if something clicks, you'll do well. Accounting, advisory, IPO advisory. So apart from people required for the IPO, friends, another area which I'm looking at is during the course of IPO, there's a huge need for accountants to help the companies, navigate the demand of so much information collation, interacting with the investment bankers, with the lawyers. So companies, I've seen companies, promoter-driven companies, they don't have enough management bandwidth. So some bandwidth they require temporary, some is permanent. So permanent will be the full-time employment, and temporary will be the advisory work which we can do. Then, if I can, say investment and a lot of back office outsourcing work which we are, doing. Not only accounting outsourcing, I think most of the MNCs, the Morgan Stanleys, the Goldman Sachs of the world, they're doing almost all their critical work here. Their derivatives, accounting, their internal controls, so on and so world over is being done here. And of course, then we have got FEMA, investment banking, treasury, portfolio management. Friends, risk management in companies, especially in the BFSI, is a big area where we chartered accountants can play a part because of our knowledge on law as well as accounts as well as commercial. Management consulting. Another opportunity, friends, is in the government side, you can look at the civil service exams or the CAG, etc. From a practice perspective, friends, again, a little bit, there are scope in bankruptcy, in valuation, inbound, outbound advisory. We discussed AI and blockchain. Very important, one thing which I missed out is the cyber. I said I'll discuss later the cyber security. Friends, today, what we are seeing, the wars, the India-Pak war and all, has been fought more on technology and less on, I would say, the physical. The targeted attacks on the airports and all, it was not damaged, it was not all across. Same thing is when this war happened, there's suddenly huge cyber attacks on all the companies and all, on the data, so cyber security, if somebody is interested, that's a huge, And finally, ESG. ESG is a buzzword, and I think you can work on that. I'll be concluding with my suggestion: be a solution provider and a value creator. Don't be only a problem finder. Wishing you all the very best for whatever you seek to do in your life. I hope I've not confused you more with all these so many options. God bless you.
Sure. Thank you, Nilesh sir. I think, as you rightly said, that we need to be solution provider rather than just getting a problem. So I think that's so well, and I'm sure with the amazing knowledge and amazing options that you've given. In fact, all of these students, or rather, I would say chartered accountants, newly qualified, they are going to have more and more questions now because they are aware now these are also profiles available which probably they didn't know before. Sir, just to quickly give you an insight, so today we are having a session now first on resumes, interviews, all of those, and how to. We have CA Pooja Malu ma'am, CA Rajneesh Desai sir, and CA Parinita Adukia ma'am. And we're also having then sessions on talk with leaders, CFOs. We're also having CA Murtuza Kachwala sir, CA Ketan Sayya sir. And tomorrow we're having sessions on banking, valuations, M&A. We're trying to cover basically for all. Sir, I think the perspective that you've given had added a lot of value, and I think that was an amazing talk. We once again thank you so much, Nilesh sir, for taking out time and coming over and guiding all these newly freshly chartered accountants.
No, it has been indeed a pleasure, and I think you've got fantastic, speakers lined up, whether it's Pooja Malu or Parinita and all. I think Ketan Sayya and Murtuza, all my colleagues. I think I think we didn't have so many, I would say hand holding when we qualified as champions. I only wish